One Malaysia Development Berhad or 1MDB was a government-owned investment fund established in 2009 under Prime Minister Najib Razak. The purpose of 1MDB was to promote Malaysia economic development through projects in tourism, real estate and the energy sector. It was meant to attract foreign investors and generate national growth. However, poor governance, weak financial control and lack of transparency caused serious problem. Over time, billions of dollars went missing and were unaccounted for. What started as a national development plan turned into Malaysia target corruption scandal, damaging the government reputation and the people's trust.
The 1MDB scandal involved several influential to Najib Razak as Prime Minister and Chairman of 1MDB. Advisory Board had the power to approve major financial decisions. Joe Low, a Malaysian businessman with a close ties to Najib, did not hold an official position in 1MDB, but secretly controlled many of its transactions. He set up fake companies and offshore accounts to move money illegally. Other key people include Najib's stepson, Riza Aziz, who used the stolen money to finance Hollywood movies, and bankers like Tim Leisner and Roger Nam from Goldman Sachs, who helped manage the illegal bond deals that funded 1MDB users.
1MDB was established in 2009 when the Terengganu Investment Authority was transformed into a national fund under Najib Razak. It aimed to attract foreign investment and promote Malaysia's long-term development. From 2010 to 2013, 1MDB raised billions through bonds and joint ventures with international partners, including deals arranged by Goldman Sachs. However, many of their transactions lacked transparency and were linked to offshore accounts. Joe Low controlled unofficially involved directly many of these deals on secretly transferred funds through fake companies like Good Star Limited and Abel Investments. This weak controls and political influence lead to large-scale mismanagement.
By 2014, Malaysia faced rising public concern over 1MDB's growing debt. In 2015, the Wall Street Journal revealed that around USD 700 million had been transferred into Najib Razak's personal account, sparking national outrage and international investigations. In 2016, the U.S. Department of Justice filed lawsuits to seize assets worth over USD 1 billion using 1MDB funds. After the 2018 change of government, investigations intensified and Najib, along with his associates, were charged. Malaysia recovered billions through settlements, including a USD 3.9 billion deal with Goldman Sachs. As of 2024, the government continues legal efforts to recover stolen funds, showing how widespread this scandal was.
The 1MDB scandal was primarily caused by abuse of power. Najib Razak, as both Prime Minister and Finance Minister, had full control over 1MDB's finance and approval major transactions without proper board approval. This lack accountability violated Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission Act, which forbids using an official position for personal gain. Investigation revealed that over USD 4.5 billion was embezzled for 1MDB into account owned by Najib and Joe Low. The money was laundered through shell companies and used to buy luxury properties, jewelry, and art in the United Kingdom and United States.
The corruption also happened outside Malaysia. Goldman Sachs had 1MDB get billions of dollars through bond sale, even though they were side of a firm. Bankers like Roger N. and Tim Leisner were later found guilty for joining these illegal activities. To hide their crimes, they changed out their report and financial statement before showing them to Parliament. They also give bribe to hide evidence and stop people from telling the truth. In 2020, Najib was found guilty of 7 charges such as money laundering, abuse of power, and criminal breach of trust. He was sentenced to 12 years in prison. This case showed that when leaders have too much power and there is also no strong control, it can destroy honesty and public trust.
The 1MDB investigation began after billions of dollars were suspected to have been stolen from the fund. The Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission, Royal Malaysia Police, and Attorney General's Chambers worked together with international authorities, including the US Department of Justice, Singapore, and Switzerland. Investigators discovered that over USD 4.5 billion has been misappropriated through international financial system. In 2020, Najib Razak was found guilty and sentenced to 12 years in prison and fined 210 million ringgit for corruption related to SRC International, a former 1MDB subsidiary. This case highlighted the importance of transparency, ethical leadership, and accountability. It also proved that no one is above the law and that cooperation between countries is vital in fighting large-scale corruption.
The 1MDB scandal left a massive financial burden on Malaysia. What started as a development fund became a huge national debt crisis of over 15 billion ringgit. The government had to use taxpayer money to repay the debt, putting heavy pressure on the national budget. Funds that were meant for the public service like the healthcare, education, and infrastructure were divided to pay 1MDB liability. As a result, Malaysia's credit rating weak and investor confidence dropped, showing how corruption can damage a country's financial health.
Thank you for my friends. Next, I will continue with my point, which is the economic impact went beyond just number. The scandal reduced foreign investment and damaged Malaysia's international reputation. It also caused opportunity lost money that should have benefited citizens while it was spent on personal luxury. Economic knows that Malaysia physically fit, grew, and the cost of living increased after the scandal. The YMDB case became a warning that corruption not only harms the economy but also slows down national progress. Stronger governance and financial discipline are needed to prevent such crises in the future.
The 1MDB scandal exposed serious weaknesses in Malaysia's system of governance. Too much power was given to one individual and there was no effective oversight from the board of regulatory bodies. Auditors were replaced when they questioned irregularities and reports were manipulated to hide misconduct. Government institutions such as Bank Negara and the Auditor General's Office also face political pressure, making investigations difficult. This failure in accountability and independence prove that without transparency and proper checks and balances, corruption can easily grow within public institutions.
After the 1MDB scandal, Malaysia introduced major reform to strengthen anti-corruption system and governance. The government recovered around RM29 billion through asset sales and settlements. Stronger laws were implemented to give the MACC more independence and power to act without political influence. Reforms also include stricter financial audit, transparency in government-linked companies, and better protection for whistleblowers. The main lesson learned is that integrity, transparency, and independent oversight are essential to prevent future corruption. Continuous monitoring and reform are needed to ensure public money is always protected. Thank you.
In conclusion, the 1MDB scandal show how corruption and weak governance can harm a nation's economy and trust. Malaysia has taken steps to recover funds and strengthen any corruption laws, but rebuilding confidence takes time. To prevent future scandals, the government must ensure transparency, strong oversight, and independent institutions. Integrity and accountability are the keys of protecting public's money and restoring Malaysia's reputation.